I want to talk about the World Cup. What makes the 2030 World Cup a turning point for Morocco and its role on the global stage?
First of all, by way of introduction, I would like to thank you, Federico, to thank Mariano, the whole Olé team, and everybody involved in gathering us around this wonderful event. And I hope and I wish that it will happen in Morocco in the upcoming years ahead of the FIFA World Cup in 2030. So to answer your first question about what makes this event a turning point for Morocco and the role we will have to play on the global stage, you know, today Morocco is preparing to write a new chapter and a new page of its football and sport history by welcoming one of the biggest or the biggest sport events in the world, which is the FIFA World Cup, co-organized with Spain and Portugal, and alongside Uruguay, Paraguay, and Argentina, who have the privilege and the chance to celebrate the centenary of the competition. And these sporting events represents more than sports. It goes far beyond from this. It carries a vision of progress and cooperation. And today, Morocco has a very unique position in the world. Morocco is a country rooted in Africa, fully oriented towards Europe, and widely open to the Mediterranean and the Atlantic. And these unique positions makes it a natural link and a bridge between those continents. And it's a unique opportunity to play this major role, which is gathering all the people in all these countries and continents about the universal values of sport, which are tolerance, respect, and coexistence. And co-hosting the World Cup is much more than a honor. It's a historic duty. Due to this strategic position of Morocco, today we have a strategic role to play in promoting sports and universality of football and gathering all the people around the world around one passion.
The next question is more about the development in recent years. How has Morocco positioned itself as a leading model for sports development in recent years?
You know, for many decades, Morocco has held a dream of organizing the World Cup. And this dream has been based on a true vision and a serious vision of sports. And, after 5 bids for organizing the World Cup, the sixth one has come to a success. And this is a living proof of resilience and hard work. And besides football, Morocco didn't wait for this World Cup to undertake all this development in infrastructure and social and economic. Under the enlightened vision of His Majesty the King Mohammed VI of Morocco, may God bless him, Morocco has undertaken a strong plan of strategic transformation for 20 years, and this World Cup acts more as a catalyst and an accelerator of this progress and development. And this vision has been applied to sports also. You know, in 2009, His Majesty the King inaugurated the complex Mohammed VI of football, which is one of the biggest and the brightest sports complex in the world, and which is the home of our national players. And we have signed more than 40 partnerships with African countries. And today we host a lot of major matches and games in relation with the qualifications for the World Cup, qualification of Africa in Morocco. And we have this infrastructure which allow us to position ourselves as a leading country in sports in Africa. And this strategic development is not based only on national senior teams. Today, we have a major program of promotion of football at all levels. We are developing the academies for the youth, promotion of football for women. And you can see it with the last results of the Moroccan national teams. You see, for example, in just this year, Moroccan women futsal team has been crowned continental champion. The Moroccan under-17 national team, also champion of Africa. In 2023, the women team of Morocco has been crowned African champions, which allowed them to play the World Cup, the Women World Cup in the same year. And all these investments are yeah. So all these investments are paying back. There is a payback for all these investments. And on the infrastructure point, today we are building hundreds and hundreds of stadiums all around the country, and not only in the main host cities. Today the plan is to involve all the regions in Morocco, especially the semi-urban regions, and because this is what makes a country great in its infrastructure. It's not the main cities and host cities for a World Cup. And for instance, today we have the stadium to which will host the World Cup. We have 6 stadiums. The 5 are already constructed and host games, and the sixth one, which is the big stade of Casablanca, with a capacity of 115,000, and which will be the biggest stadium in the world. And we have this attachment to our culture that this stadium will be constructed in the shape of a tent, which is the traditional shape of a Moroccan building. So we try to align progress and culture and to keep attached to our ancestral culture.
What it means for Morocco to have right now a team here in the World Cup clubs, and also a iconic player like Hakimi. It's so important for you because maybe it's so good citing the World Cup in 2030, no?
Exactly, and as I was saying, this is the payback of years and years in investments. This is not a miracle because it's the consequence of a hard work, of a deep strategy of transforming the sport and football industry in Morocco, and having today teams playing the World Cup. And beside the World Cup, we have our Moroccan teams reaches the last stages of every continental competition. And this is very satisfying because it's a living proof that all the efforts and investments we undertake are paying back. And having players like Hakimi, which are the ambassadors of Moroccan success story, is just amazing.
And also you talked before about the social development, but I want to talk also about the economic development of this World Cup. What long-term economic impact do you expect the World Cup to have across the country?
Yeah, as I said before, in Morocco, we didn't wait for the World Cup to start the economic development. It's a strategy undertaken for 20, 30 years ago, and this World Cup acts as a catalyst, an accelerator of this development. And today, this World Cup will make us reach the very highest standards of social and economic development. And today, we'll gain main stadiums, which will be able to host major events, not only related to sports. And this development will allow us to create new jobs opportunities. And all this development will reinforce Morocco's important leading role as an African representative for sustainability and long-lasting development.
Also, for Morocco, what it means the World Cup, cultural, tourism, and more, to organize the World Cup, this World Cup?
You know, football in Morocco is something very special. I think this is the main common point we have with Argentinian and the Latin community in general. We live football, we breathe football, we sleep football, we eat football, and hosting a World Cup is a dream. As I said before, Morocco dreamt of organizing the World Cup for many years. We had like 6 bids to organize the World Cup, and the 6th one has been a success. So it's a proof of resilience and hard work and a strong ambition. And Morocco is ready. Morocco is ready, or at least he's on a good path to welcome everybody in Morocco. And we have a culture we want to share. Moroccans are welcoming. It's a warm people. We have a lot to exchange with everyone. And as I said, today we have a duty and we have a strategic role to play in the world, because these positions allow us to be this natural bridge and the bridge between civilizations, because we are open to Europe. We have the Atlantic opening us to America, and today this World Cup is perfect opportunity to play this role and gather people all around the countries and those continents and share the universal values of sports.
And could you explain something about the great stadium, the bigger stadium that you project for the World Cup? So as I saw in the video, it's so interesting, this project about to have the bigger stadium around the world.
Yeah, it's an honor and a privilege to host the biggest stadium in the world. And having such a stadium is a living proof that today Morocco can align on international standards. Today Morocco can deliver the biggest stadium, and it's a proof that we have the ability to host such an event, and we're ready for it.
And also you finished in the last World Cup in Qatar in the 4th position. Now you have the World Cup in your country. Are you candidates to finish in the final, for example, for this next week World Cup?
I wish, but as you know, the World Cup is in 5 years. The players who played in 2022, I don't know how many of them will be able to play in 2030, but the whole point is about this long-lasting strategy we are working on at the Moroccan Royal Federation of Football is preparing the future generations. As I said, this year our under-17 team has been crowned Football Champions of Africa. Our Olympic team, which are the under-23, has been on the podium on the last Olympic Games. And this is the future generation. Those are the players who will play in 2030. And this is where all the world goes.
And this time you are here in Miami, United States. Do you think that it's so important to learn something about this experience? Because here we have a new tournament with a lot of teams, like in the next World Cup, and maybe you can learn something special. You will have meetings with other persons of the soccer, of FIFA, and more. It's important to be here to make contacts with important people, to develop then the World Cup.
Completely. Especially that since this year or the next year, FIFA has changed its model of competition, and this is the first World Cup which is co-hosted by many countries. So we have everything to learn. We are blessed to have and to witness this experience and to work alongside people in America, Canada, and Mexico to see how they approach this new form of tournament, especially that we have 48 teams, and it's a whole experience. It's a new one. It's a nice challenge, and we are very happy to have it.
And what is more difficult at this time to develop an event like a World Cup for you? What do you think about this? What is so difficult in the country? You have 5 years ahead. It's a lot of time, but maybe right now you know what is the difficulties, or what are the difficulties?
You know, the biggest challenge is not infrastructure and what people think it's a challenge. The real challenge for us is the whole customer and fan experience. Today, our whole strategy is around the customer and the fan, and we want everybody who comes and visits Morocco, we want him to come back to Morocco each year because he will find something special. We have a cultural heritage. We have a legacy we want to build. And for us, the real challenge is to make Morocco a great destination for everybody in the world, not only for football games.
And what does the World Cup represent for the people in Morocco?
You know, as I said, Moroccans,
Now,
for Moroccans, football is
officially
everything.
confirmed
We live it with a
that the
passion
hosts
which is very, very strong.
of the FIFA World Cup
Moroccans are
2030
waiting for a World Cup
will be
or for an event
Morocco,
like this
Portugal,
to share
and Spain.
on the big stage with everybody
Felicitación,
what we can do best,
parabéns,
which is
felicidades.
hosting, giving the best experience and welcoming. And everybody in Morocco wants to assume this role and wants to assume this responsibility. And Moroccans are very proud to welcome the world and share with them their culture.
And what is the main challenge of Morocco since here until 2030? For example, maybe to have the final match in the next World Cup, because I think right now you have a committee with Spain and Portugal, and you discuss about this kind of topics, no?
Correct. But these decisions has not been taken yet. I don't know when it will be taken, but I think Morocco will be more than happy to host the final game, which is the biggest honor you can have by the institution. And we are ready for it. Today, we are building the biggest stadium in the world, 150 seats. And this is the proof. This is the proof that today we want and we are ready to host the final game of the World Cup.
Can you imagine Messi as an ambassador, as a fan? Because like a player is very difficult, but do you imagine in another role in your World Cup?
I mean, even as a player, who hasn't dreamed of having Messi in his team? I think for me, if I was the coach, but I'm not the coach, but if I was, I would have Messi in my team even if he's 70 years old. So yeah, I will have Messi in my team.
Okay, something else to explain to the people about Morocco, about what do you want to say about the culture, about the future of the country, and what it will change in the country with this World Cup?
I think Morocco is a bright country. Morocco is a welcoming country. We have a lot to share with the world. And I think the World Cup is a big opportunity and a huge stage for us to welcome all of you and to share with you what we do best. We have an amazing culture, we have an amazing food, we have an amazing weather, and we're still waiting people to come for us and visit us.
Visit Morocco.
Visit Morocco, of course.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.